Welcome back to the Gabba. 47 points the margin. Fremantle on track to grab 4th spot tonight and head into round 23, maybe with a percentage advantage over Port Adelaide. We're underway. Stephen Martin against Sandlands. Been a good battle that so far. Crowley, now Duffield off half back. He pumps it along. Valentine might go the early leap here. No, Patful had a piece of it, should have marked it. And Gardner dragged down and get a ball up.
I'm disappointed with that with Joel Patful. Let's just see if the Brisbane Lions use the ball a little bit more efficiently when they're going out of defence in the first half. 6 goals, 5 from turnovers to free up.
They need a bit of composure with ball in hand, there's no doubt about that.
The ball wrapped up. He was the late inclusion today, so he'll be playing for his spot on the team with a few to come back. Fyfe, Pavlich, Barlow, and they've jumped with their sub, so Close is off. One of the big guys has come off. Sam Mays, the sub for Brisbane, is on. Not a bad move. That looked a little high on Harwood. Nope.
A little bit more run with Sam Mays, hopefully.
He hasn't quite had the season this year than he did last, but certainly a very good player. Plays up in the wing, half forward.
Close only the one possession in the first half, one handball, so it wasn't a great half of footy from him. Valentine, who's got 3 goals if you've just joined us. Mays, the sub, gets his first touch. To Buick, to Taylor, one of their NAB Rising Star contenders who might give them some light at the end of this season. Little push in the back. Fremantle's ball.
Not a lot in that one.
Dawson's ball against Freeman.
Not a lot in it, but he may have had hands in the back.
Well, that's the thing, Ed. That's the just clumsy, really.
All he had to do was use his hips. You know, when he gets the defensive coach during the week to have a look at that, the 4-line coach, sorry. Just you can still ease him under the ball with your body. You don't have to use your hands.
Body and forearm.
Just game 3 for Freeman. Hill. It's got to be said, he's probably got another level, Stephen Hill, All-Australian, his next stop, you'd reckon. He's got another gear. Pick 3 behind Watts and Nat Nui, and that was a good pick. And that's a good pluck, Crowley, on 50.
Yeah, beautiful, mate.
If you had Watts and Nat Nui and Hill in the draft on offer right now, you'd probably take Hill, would you? Ahead of Nat Nui?
Not for mine.
No. Okay.
I'd still go with Nat Nui at the moment.
I'll take your Hill.
I'll take my Hill.
Okay.
Crowley in the meantime. He is the template for tagging and he gets a chance to slot one himself. Martin gets back and it's on off the ball.
Into the fracas starting to blow up. Darcy Gardner loves a contest.
Does he?
He's having it for Fremantle.
Well, again, it probably wouldn't hurt too badly if a Brisbane line or 2 misses a game in round 23, but Fremantle don't want anyone out. Walters, good smother. Ricochet to Green, opens up. He's got one-on-ones ahead. He goes back to McGrath. Waited for the cavalry to run. Now Rockcliffe. Silvani comes at him. Back to McGrath. Little paddle was perfect. Green, who does he want? McGrath, could he go all the way? He opens it up inside. Poor pass, Mundy.
Top of the square to Freeman would have been the best option.
Oh, have a shot himself. He was attacking the 50.
He was actually too unselfish, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to share it too much.
Harwood gives it back to Hanley. He hasn't had a massive afternoon just yet. Little 1-2 works for him. Buick. And he set it up to a target. Short. Hard hit on Green's ear. He played for it a bit though. Umpire didn't fall for it. Johnson. De Boer. Hill. Here we go. And he holds up. He wanted to run. Pearce gives him the outlet. It's got Ballantyne short. Sits at home a little. Maguire set up perfectly for the punch. Taylor back to Maguire. Martin. He could have a crack. Shrugs one. Green. Bang! Mzungu brought him down. Fantastic tackle. Martin the crumb. Off the side of the boot a little. Chase on. Dawson got there first. The spur. Oh, a little fumble, a stumble. Mundy. Oh,
Got a free kick.
2 frees there. One to Mundy. He's going to come back to the first one.
You mentioned that Hanley hasn't had a big game, 13 disposals, and as we spoke about, he's had some massive metres gained in recent times. Average over the last 7 weeks of 623. He's only had 71 metres for the day, so that's a really good job from Crowley.
Taberner flies, and in the middle, the big man, Sandlin's held it long enough.
He's only the 4 kicks, 5.
Here's Hill again. Puts it up to Clark in the middle. Oh, hard contest.
Ooh.
Hanley hit the deck. Hewitt picks up the crumb. Hands to Martin. Opens it up to Aish. Gets his way clear. Zorko. Hanley, bounced up and fell over again. Back to Zorko. Bang!
Mazungu,
second brick wall from Mazungu.
Yeah.
Classic Freo.
He's just waiting for that extra handball, Mazungu, isn't he? And then
He's
just
hurt him too.
bone-crunching tackles.
Now look at this one. Zach Clark comes through and just misses Crowley and Hanley with a bad one, but then Mazungu, massive tackle, slams Zorko into the ground. Great stuff.
Absolutely. Mundy flicks it out. Buick. Hot start to the second half at least, even though massive discrepancy in the scores. And again dragged over the line. Sutcliffe on Zorko in the back. Crowd roar. And they haven't had much to cheer about today.
Just on his range. We have to kick this one 47-48. But this is the favourite pocket for the Brisbane Lions players. Box of balls before they go off after training each night. Slot a few through from here.
Zorko to breathe some life into it. Across the face, a little big fist. Sandlands didn't get across the line. 20 players around it. Throw a tea towel over them. They've got a number of players back. Freo to block this up. Now you can't thump it through from the ruck contest on the full. So to the boundary line from Mundy, not a bad option, and Beams couldn't do much with it.
Justin Wepich a little frustrated today. I would have thought it would have been extremely frustrated with that first quarter, where it was only the errant kicking that didn't make it an 8-goal margin at quarter time.
Mundy, Mazungu, Crowley, Sandlands. Went for Crozier, still a chance. Kept it alive, outstanding. Tight ropes to boundary, brilliant tackle, Beams.
Beautiful.
Hung in the contest and kept chasing, and the opportunity arose rather than just giving up and allowing an easy pass.
Maguire, Valentine corrals him.
This kick's okay, as long as you can go again. And he's got Harwood on the far side who he wants to find, but forced to go
down the line.
So Merritt in a one-on-one. Edges Johnson out legally, but Mundy to mop it up. And thought about taking it out. And time again probably would have. Half Dak still gets a kick. Ugly one. Left behind. Taberner as Mays couldn't pick it. Zorko. Bang. Tackled. Brought to the deck again.
Yeah, too high. Good decision. Got the right arm. Went over the top of Zorko.
There's not a lot of torso there to tackle.
No, there's not.
Hatful.
Just need to use the ball a little bit better, Brisbane, at the moment. 33% by foot at the start of this third quarter. Not giving your forwards any opportunities whatsoever using the ball with that percentage.
Buick.
Well, this is better. Now they can open up some space forward of the ball. Great run from Jed Adcock. He just powered 80-metre sprint.
Sends it high inside 50. McGrath's down there. And Silvani almost with the flight. Towed off the deck. And it rolls out of play. It's been a very even 8.5 minutes to start this third term, although that's probably not telling you anything given that neither team scored in this third quarter.
Yeah, at least they've been inside the forward 50. Repeat injuries inside the forward 50, Brisbane. At 62 the start of this third quarter.
Sandlands. Just kicked off the deck outside of the boot, Zorko, and they scramble it over the line. And Neil plays on quickly, but not a lot to go to. He's got Ballantyne running for him now. Half volley was splendid. Handball not so good. Oh, works nicely because he had to get it back. Crowley, De Boer, and now open space ahead. Taberner. Main works for him. Clark front spot, and I think he'd try and shepherd. He does for Harwood, who breaks free. Adcock. Play on advantage, would have been a free. Oh,
it's gone.
No advantage whatsoever. Dragged down in the tackle. Fantastic second effort, Taberner.
Taberner again, working well.
Gets his opportunity. No Pavlich this afternoon, and he's really living up to expectations right now, Taberner. Rockcliffe. Green. There's no one in the square. He knows that. He sizes it up. Big moment. And he normally nails the big moments.
Well, he doesn't miss those opportunities too often at all. He just sort of stabbed at that one rather than kicking through it.
It's actually too easy for him in the end, wasn't it? He had too much time to assess what to do instead of just playing on instinct.
Dawson.
So they've got an extra number forward of the ball here, exacting to see it though.
So neither team has scored a goal in this third term so far. It's now 11 minutes old, and it's been an enjoyable third term by comparison to the first half, where they were really playing with Brisbane Fremantle. Had them on the ropes right from the outset. Clark knocks it down.
Yeah, good use of the body there from Stephen Martin, just protected the ball drop. Clark asking the question why. Instead holding his jumper.
Staying with the club, Stephen Martin, Alistair?
He is. Yeah, good opportunity when he's, certainly his AFL career was very much in doubt 11 weeks ago. Was forced to be picked with Leuenberger and Trent West out of the side with injury.
Merritt sits it up, hoping for another big leap from Freeman, who's up, and he plucks it, but he's beaten for it. Man in front, Spur.
I don't mind him. Look, he's saying to himself he probably would sport the ball, but I don't mind him trying to go for a grab. We saw him take the mark of the day in the second quarter.
Mundy.
That's a perfect kick.
And risk and reward. Crozier. Subin. Back inboard, back to Crozier. Mazungu, the release handball, open space ahead. And Ballantyne lace out. He's got Walters one-on-one. You take him every time one-on-one. Out in front. The shimmy. The look.
Look at the kick.
The ball. Gardner got back.
Well done, Gardner.
Great work from Gardner.
Yeah.
Just read it off the boot and just closed in on the ball quickly and spoiled. And no, that was outstanding closing speed. See there, just at the last second, no free kick against. Killed the contest. Well, Brisbane have been able to stop the run of Freo. Obviously, the game was just getting well and truly out of control. They've been able to maintain possession. They've kicked the ball more in this term, basically going at a 1-for-1 kick-handball ratio, whereas early days it was as bad as 1-to-3.
Ross Lyon, one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in the competition. He just hasn't got the premiership next to his name yet to confirm how good he is. Oh, so close last year, and they are a contender again this year. High inside 50, Main the big fly. Mundy off hands. Who does he want? Ballantyne, well, he dropped it. He was looking for a handball option. Still hassled in there. Beams, side of the boot, race on. Mays, he's the fresh sub. Fremantle have yet to jump with their sub.
He wants this over. Big Bruce Maguire wants it over the boundary line. There it goes.
Oh, it's either deliberate or holding the ball. You can take your pick. It's neither.
Well, he's got away with it, the big fella. And the experienced defender just killed the contest by risking giving away a free kick, but he was absolutely cooked. And he's still walking back towards the goal square now. He's gone.
Who was he knocking that to again?
Mum in row 5.
Clark. Little palm down to Neil. Rockcliffe again. Beams. Freeman. Dawson held his ground. Spur. Dawson 1-2. He's got a shepherd here from Duffield. He goes all the way back to Silvano.
I think Ross Lyon would be pretty keen for Freo to tidy things up a little bit here. They're just a bit sloppy with their kicks.
Well, it's a goalless third term, and we've already talked a number of times about how important percentage will be in their battle against Port Adelaide next week for 4th spot. Hanley having a rest.
Yeah, that would mean Ryan Crowley's having a rest, and a very good job, Ryan Crowley. Only the 13 disposals so far, Pierce Hanley. And more importantly, he's only had the 3 kicks going 33%. So limited influence from Pierce Hanley. That's probably the next step in his development, Pierce, to overcome the tag.
Neil.
There's
Sandlands.
another blue on.
It's Crowley and Rockcliffe. In the meantime, all inside 50, but a mark to Duffield. Spur. And he can go if he wants to. Neil.
Yeah, they should have the overlap here.
Mundy's the one.
And Mundy's got Walters on his own. He took some time to see him. Pierce now knows he's there. Ignores him. Goes central. Main. Walters running hard back to the square. Hill hasn't seen him. He goes all the way to Clark. Through his hands. Walters still ran on. Magnificent.
They're just backing their teammates in. Michael Walters just full tilt. 120-metre sprint. And why wouldn't you into an open 4-9 such as that? His first game back last week. Let's have a look at Comcam there. Michael Walters is to the left of screen. Then all of a sudden, just near the boundary line outside the forward 50, takes off. Have a look at the wheels. The set of wheels is putting the gap on Padfield there, and then just scoops up the ground level ball. Great finish. Really good vision there to see a hard gut running.
That was great vision. See Michael Walters' work rate.
Absolutely.
Really just gut running, wasn't it?
And from a defensive point of view, in Joel Patfull's position, don't you think, oh no, I've gone there and I'm never going to catch him, and now he's got the ball.
Once you've turned and got that leg rope and broken it, there's not a lot he could do.
52-point margin right now. Mays high and spilt by Johnson. Tries to mop up his own mess. Does nicely in the end. Stephen Martin should gobble this up. Got some talk around him. He didn't get a shepherd. Gardner just wanted the stat. And he turns it over. Pierce. Oh, maybe not. Fair bump. Beams, Martin, Rockcliffe.
Big switches on. They need to go far side.
Harwood.
And quickly again.
Buick on the wing. He can find him.
Oh, he hasn't seen him, has
He's
he?
a really good man in the mark.
So Clark does go to Buick in the end. And now Adcock. And now Crisp is short. He took some time to get it forward, though.
Yeah, well worked.
So back to Buick, who might have a crack from there. Runs to 48. And he's done that a few times in his career.
Really good build-up from down in front of the commentary box, just to take it out, cross half back in that U shape, and then take it out the far wing. And Jed Adcock just held the ball, waited for Buick to come on his outside. Just couldn't quite finish off their work.
Well, they're playing better football this quarter, there's no doubt, the Brisbane Lions. They've had the 12 inside 50s to 5, yet the unfortunate part about they can't get that major.
Spur. 60-metre launch. Taberner used his body nicely, but no support. Mays. Buick again. Green. Pops it to the pocket. Freeman. Starting to grow.
Yeah.
Saw him a couple of times the last couple of weeks. First game, it was a horrific start for him. The 105-point demolition by Adelaide here. Last week was a lot better. And he's already taken the mark of the day. And he opens up the angle and kicks one of the goals of the afternoon.
Good boy.
Yeah, nice little confidence builder for Jono Freeman. He's an impressive young player. Obviously the first Brisbane Lions Academy player to get a start in AFL football. Impressive last week with his 4 goals, and he's a good overhead mark. He leads strong and makes the most of his opportunities, and just got off his opponent in Alex Silvani on that occasion. This is a really good finish from 30 metres around the boundary line across the body. That'll get his confidence back up.
Yeah, the thing I like about Jonathan Freeman, as you said, he's the first Brisbane Lions player from their academy to play. 198 centimetres, and he'll end up about 102, 103 kicks, so he's going to be a big lump of a lad.
Yeah, good young player, local junior from Kenmore, ended up coming from the Noosa Football Club.
Pierce. And what, they had to fix his eyes today, Alistair. You've had some eye problems, and they fixed those, and he's been able to see the ball again.
I wasn't aware of the eye issue, but that would become an issue in AFL footy if you can't see.
Taberner. Long inside 50. Getting back and taking a good mark, Gardner. He was unlucky not to be a NAB Rising Star nominee last week. In fact, Jonathan Freeman. Brisbane Lions have probably already had their quota. It's hard to know how they vote these days, the weekly winner, but they've already had a few. Gardner's one of them, Aish another, and they might have the winner in Lewis Taylor this year, the Brisbane Lions, so 3's probably enough in a season. You are voting on that, aren't you, Danny?
Certainly am, Dwayne.
Do you vote on? You don't vote on the weekly winner, though?
No, we don't. No, we have. We can put nominations in. We leave that to Kevin Sheen, the doyen.
He just he has the pick each week.
No, he has. He has input from the selectors.
Zorko opens it up. Mays had to wait for it. Made it tough for Harwood, but it's set up okay for him. Just a little flick kick over the top to Taylor. Sits on a 10. Ibbetson's now on, so Fremantle also jump with their sub. Duffield, Main.
Yeah, Lee Spur is coming off. That means Ibbetson's coming on for Fremantle.
Okay, so Ibbetson plays on quickly. Fresh man. And Walters from the pocket. Stunned silence again here.
You'd have to
at the Gabba.
You could never write him off from this angle, Dwayne.
No.
He probably prefers the more difficult Michael Walters.
That's it, mate.
He's got a couple. He's given a couple away. Another good day at the office. Second comeback game from the ankle injury. Dying stages, third term. Fremantle fourth on the ladder right now. With this 4 points in the bag, it's just about the percentage, and he can't help that with that kick.
Here's Lee Spur. It's got enough for the day. As we said, Ibbetson on. He's already had a disposal.
Hanley long. Sandlands with the reach. He let it go. Ibbetson.
Good talk.
Called him out. Be keen to establish himself in the 22 as well. Garrick Ibbetson. He sits this up a little. Main flies a huge mark. Patful. Tony Modra was his hero as a kid. Didn't get to play as a forward here, but that was a nice Modra-esque float in. Aish. Rockcliffe. And they break free here and get a late one. Martin.
For the handball.
Rockcliffe. Green on the move.
This is a lot better build-ups.
Says go to the pocket to Freeman. He does go to the pocket, but unfortunately for him, Dawson also knew that they were going to the pocket. Mzungu all the way back. Ibbetson. Clark. Hewitt, good contest. Back to the pocket. Zorko, nice play.
Yeah, it's only a little thing, Dwayne, but it'd be great to see Brisbane Lions win the quarter of football.
Crisp.
Looked like they were going to just get blown away in the first half, so I know the scoreboard's well in the deficit, but at the moment they're leading this quarter by a point. Brisbane Lions.
Biggest margin of this game was 53 points. At halftime it was 47. Right now it's 46. As Danny Frawley mentioned, he kicks this, they will win the quarter, you would think. That's what he has ahead of him. Normally uses it well. Jack Crisp, and this no exception.
Well done. What they've been able to do, Dwayne, is get their kick to handball ratio a hell of a lot better. They've had more kicks than handballs. We know in the first half it was something like 72 kicks, 125 handballs, and a lot of those handballs were under extreme heat. So they've been able to not only use the ball better by foot, which enables your forwards to lead onto it. So much better quarter. They're a young developing team. They would have learned a lot about that first half, and they're finding out a lot about themselves now.
And the other side of the coin for Fremantle, we've talked about their percentage in that battle with Port Adelaide, but percentage for every goal you concede, you kind of got to kick two for your percentage to grow. And right now, this is hurting Fremantle a little. They need to get a few more on the board. Ballantyne or at least hold Brisbane scoreless, goalless in the last quarter. To Neil, great feed on by Neil.
Yeah, I'm sure Ross Lyon will be telling the players that. Don't take the foot off the pedal. Let's take another way from Brisbane's efforts in this quarter.
It's a warm day, humid day, but it's not un-Perth-like, really, this weather. Right now, it doesn't favour either team, really. Just a great day for playing football. Blue skies, a little bit of cloud, no breeze. And that'll work back a little, but not enough. Harwood, and he's been a little iffy with the kick-in so far as Ross Lyon stalks the boundary. It's not really a Mick Malthouse stalk, it's a more confident, in control stalk, isn't it?
Yeah, he looks nice and relaxed.
As he should be. His team is a contender if he can get them all back. He's got Pavlich, who pulled out late with a thigh injury. We don't know how bad that is. Barlow out, and Fyfe, at least he knows to get him back in the finals. Merritt up. Good contest. Adcock's tackle, magnificent. So too Ibbetson's. And that's almost ball. He had no prior. So the siren will sound. Ball on the wing. And they will win the quarter, at least, the Brisbane Lions. And at least they don't look like getting smashed as they were here a couple of weeks ago by Adelaide by over 100 points.
It was a lot better effort, Wayne, in this third quarter. Buick and Zorko, Stephen Martin again. A really brave effort from him, playing in Sandlands and Zach Clark. So that's all you can do is win the quarter of football. It looked really ugly at half time. Looked like it was going to be another 100-point defeat for Brisbane Lions, but they've been defiant in this third quarter.
Fremantle should be reasonably happy, you would think, going in at three-quarter time with this kind of margin. The only thing that would displease them perhaps is the fact that they couldn't ram home the advantage a little more in the third. But if you told them pre-game you'll be 41 points up at three-quarter time, I reckon they would have taken it. Three-quarter time here at the Gabba. Quarter left. Home game, last of the season for the Lions.